Hello and welcome to Shar's Craft Haven. Today I am going to be walking through a beta test of setting up and exporting G-code from Lightburn. This probably won't be useful to most of you. I'm making it mostly for the beta testers who are testing XCS for the Laserbox Startup Pro and Rotary. I have no experience with Lightburn. I have experience with similar industry softwares, so I don't think it's going to be terribly foreign to me. But for those of you who might have a walkthrough video, each of the steps, maybe places you get lost, or you'll see that I get lost, we'll be able to get through this together. Again, if you're not beta testing, feel free to skip this one. It might be a bit longer. My guess is by the time XCS is officially launched, some of this will be the same, some of this might be a little different, so take that with a grain of salt. And here we go. So here's the article on the xTool community. So this is the place to start. It's got a file. I'm not going to download that yet until we get to that step. But first thing we got to do is set up for our trial version. I'm going to click on the link. I'm going to then choose my software version. This is going to download, and then we're going to install. Once it finishes downloading, there we go. Alright, it's gonna ask, do we want to actually do this? We're gonna click yes. And then next. Let me see if I can pull this up on the screen. There you go. Next. Create an icon, perfect, install. Alright, this is all standard, but just for, I don't know what any of these do, so I'm just going to click launch. And then it's giving me an alert, some features might be blocked. Am I a public network or a private network? I have multiple monitors, so sorry, I got to drag it up so you can see it. I'm at home, so I will allow access. Alright, and here we are. It's asking me to start my free trial. I am saying yes. It says activated, welcome. There's some end user notes. And then it's asking for my device list. So let me go back, close this down, go back over here. So before I configure Lightbox, download the configuration. Excellent. So now we're going to download this. Alright, successfully downloaded. Yay! Now, let's follow the directions. Okay, opening up Lightburn, click Devices on the laser panel. Alright, so I'm going to It is not letting me drag that window up, but I will include a picture if I can. My device list is up, and I'm going to say, I believe, import, and then I'm going to go and find that file that I downloaded. So go into downloads, and then xTool laserbox.library dev. Open that up. See if it'll let me bring it up. Alright, so Gerbil, that's the language, communication language, xTool P1, and I'm gonna click OK. Alright, so let's go back to so I have downloaded, started my trial, I've clicked on devices, I've imported that just as shown. And here our device information will be displayed. Alright. Step 3, design artwork and output G-code. Okay. So, let me pull my actual screen up so you all can see it. Make it a little bigger. There we go. So down here it's saying, make sure this is the correct settings. Since Lightburn is something that's used with many, many different lasers, it's really important that this, all this information is correct, that you've selected this as your laser. Things like bed size, you don't want to be sending a G-code that's for a much larger laser. There's lots of other things that could happen that, you wouldn't want. So making sure this is there is important. Alright, so let's design something in here. So many tools. I mean, I designed in Inkscape, and, it's a free software, but it has a similar philosophy of anything that could ever be needed. People add in, people update. It's very open source feel, and so this might feel very intimidating to you, and I'm very sympathetic to that. But on the other hand, you can focus in on what you use most, learn those, and then as you grow in your designing ability, as you grow in your laser business or your side hustle or your creativity, this software, I'm assuming, having not used it, but having used Inkscape and others, will grow with you. So we've got selection tool, writing, shapes. Not sure what this looks like. Maybe it's a node editing tool. Let's make some shapes, and then, alright, not sure what these do, but I'll figure it out. And then here we've got the node tools that you know and love. Welding, also go union and other programs. A Boolean union, so 2 shapes. So this looks like it's multiple shapes, all shapes together, selected shapes, 2 shapes. I use this a lot. There's subtraction. So say you want to take letters and a background and cut them out of it. You can use this tool to subtract. And then intersection, I don't use this one as much, but with 2 shapes, it just gives you the overlap. So the overlap where both shapes are, that's what remains. This looks like arraying objects, and this looks like circular array. That sounds interesting. And then we've got start point, reverse direction. I'm not exactly sure what you use that for. And then it looks like rounding corners. Let me start with a square. There we go. Looks like this is our bed. Our bed size is 500 by 300. It looks like without a camera integration, my material that I have in my laser is at 0.0. It doesn't cover the whole thing because I don't want to waste wood on tests. So I have some cardboard. It goes to about here, about 400. So I'm going to place this here. Let me add some text in. Hello. Alright. I'm not seeing something that centers this. It might be that it's there. I'm not quite sure. Alright, so now it looks like there are layers. So I'm going to... I double-clicked on that just because that felt natural. So speed. So for my material settings, which XCS doesn't have material profiles either, but for this material that I'm going to be using, the speed is 65 millimeters per second, and then the power is also 65 for cutting. Air assist, I will definitely want that on. Number of passes 1. I don't have a kerf offset that I need right now. I'm not making a box or anything interlocking. Perform mode, not sure what that means. Looks like I can skip. And then tabs, I don't need any tabs or bridges. I'm not needing it to stay in the material until I'm done, which I'm assuming that is what that means. That's like a CNC term. Alright, so that looks like that is correct. And then let me figure out if I can do separate settings for this. Looks like I can lock the shape, convert to path, convert to bitmap. I'm going to convert it to bitmap and fill it. Again, I'm just going based on nothing particularly, finding as I go, but this seems pretty intuitive so far. So I want it to engrave that, so I'm going to fill it, and then I don't want to use cut settings. So here's the DPI. That seems fine. Alright, great. And it looks like over here, because I turned this into an image, it gave me another set of settings. So I don't have great settings. I just double click this. I don't have great settings for engraving on this thin cardboard. So I'm gonna go, you know, max speed, which for us, for this machine is 330. I'll try 30. That might be overkill. I do not want the air assist on. This is a bug that's in XCS currently where the air assist is running. So I don't want the air assist to run. So I'm going to turn that off. Overscanning, I don't know what all these are. Bidirectional sounds great. That saves time. It goes back and forth. Looks like there's a little image here. DPI, all that's great. Fill all shapes at once. Fill groups together. I don't have any of those. Dither, yeah, why not? We'll try a dither. It says standard quality dither, slightly faster than Jarvis. Sure. Let's see. Oh, it looks like, alright, so, oh, great. It shows me a preview of what the dither is. Let's, it's a little weird. We'll try this. I haven't tried this one before. Mostly I've used Jarvis and Stuki on different materials in a previous life. So we'll go with this. Looks like it might give us an interesting texture. I'm going to click OK. And then let me pull up again our directions. Alright, so we've gone through, we've designed our thing, we've set parameters, check. I'm not sure what this is. I'll look when I go back. It says select, before setting, select P1. Yep, it's down there. Import the file or canvas. Alright, looks like, looks like I will follow these steps, but I'll click on that. We'll see what that looks like, and then we'll save the G code. So let's go back over here. Alright, yep, 500 by 300, origin, it's top left. I'm not gonna mess with any of these. There we go. Alright, select file, design canvas, okay. Set our parameters, already did that. Set the focal length, enter GOZ-N to the start code field. Alright, so step 3, that's step 4. Let me see if I can find that. There we go, G-code. There we go. Okay, so there's a G-code tab. Alright, so let me look up what I'm supposed to be putting there again. Enter G0 space Z-N to the start code field. Alright, start code G0 Z dash Z dash N. Alright, Z dash N. Okay. And then let's see what else. Appreciate your patience. I'm trying to figure this out. Alright. Calculate the focal length using this equation. Alright. Focal length N equals 21, the thickness of material in millimeters. Enter N in the GOZN command. For example, thickness 3 millimeters. The focal length is 18. 1 minus material thickness. Okay, so my material thickness is less than a millimeter, so I'm just gonna leave the focal length at 21. So GO dash, okay, so N, I'm just gonna have N be 21. Alright. G dash 21. Okay. Excellent. Learning to follow directions. Alright, saving the G-code file. So we're going to go back up here to step 5. Making sure this is selected. And we're going to... Yep, origin. Alright, just to make sure all this is correct. Start from absolute coordinates. Absolute coordinates. Yeah, absolute coordinates, and then make sure that is in the top left. So maybe user origin. Okay, that looks correct. Even though it says start from absolute coordinates, it looks like they moved it to... Looks like they moved it down. Start from absolute coordinates. Absolute coordinates did not give me that. Okay, I guess I had to change it to put it in there. Not sure. We'll see what it does. Alright, Z-axis control options are all disabled. This is under basic settings. Alright, so back up to settings, basic settings, Z control, all disabled, all showing red. Great. Correct. Okay, they're all disabled. Okay. Processing position, actual position of the material, test several times, figure out correlation between the position on the canvas and actual processing. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Alright, so let's click OK. Let's save our G-code. I'm going to save this to the desktop and name it Lightburn First Test. Lightburn First Test. Alright, great. That is on our desktop. Let me go back and see. Okay, connect. Alright, now we're going to boot up XCS. and connect. And then got the little bing, and then we're going to import the code. Great. All right. Here we go. This is my material. They want us to refresh, make sure we're connected. We are. Up here is the little settings wheel, and then working information we're going to import. Gonna select the file. It's going to be on our desktop. Sorry for my messy desktop. And we're gonna click send, and we're gonna see what happens. Switch you over to the laser cam I just got. So that was interesting. It looks like I learned a couple of things. So first off, my placement. Let me go up to the monitor. So I placed this, it looks like I placed this too close to the corner. In XCS and in Laserbox, when you're too close to the corner for engraving, it lets you know. There's it has to run further when you're engraving. So when so you need space on the side for the laser head to go. It also, when it went back, it had some grinding, so I'm not sure what that was about. It also cut first and then tried to engrave. So I'm going to see if I can switch these around somehow. Let me see. I'll have to figure out if I can switch the order. There we go. Switch the order. So I want to engrave first and then cut. I don't want to be doing air assist while that's happening. I'm gonna go ahead and move this away. Hopefully that'll fix that issue I just had. And we will save this new G-code. I'll name it Learn Something, because I did learn something. And we'll save that. And then we'll go back to XCS. Let's import this new file. Learn something, and then send. Alright, and here is take two. Hopefully by me grinding my machine a little bit, I save your machine a little wear and tear. It's still making a sound like I am having it go too fast, so I'm gonna go back and try and change the speed settings for engraving. I'm not exactly sure what those should be for this. Obviously what I have is too fast, so let me do 100. Again, I have no idea. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's also hitting when it goes back to the origin. So I'll have to figure out, if I've messed something up with there. I really don't like the grinding. So yeah. So we'll see. It has absolute coordinates. So I don't know. I'll figure that out. But let me save this as slow engrave because I've knocked that down, speed down a bit, and then we'll go to XCS and try again. We'll send that G-code and I'm gonna let this finish up. The speed looks fine. The power is really light. Just again, those combinations. I'm not 100% in Lightburn. What would look good, and also I don't engrave cardboard much. So, thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful. I'm not gonna edit this, so I apologize that you have to suffer through my confusion. Hopefully my confusion saves you some. So as always, like, subscribe. I've got some affiliate links for some of the stuff that I'm using, my infinity fan, you know, cleaning products, those kind of things. Affiliate links to xTool if you buy any materials, those kind of things. It helps me carve out time to keep doing this for you all. So, as always, thank you for watching, and have fun lasering.